Hey there, underwater photographers. Have you been searching for a strobe that gives you vibrant colors and powerful lighting options? Well, today I'm going to dive deep into the MARELUX Apollo S Strobe. This compact powerhouse might just be what you're looking for. Stay tuned as I share my personal findings to help you decide if this is the right strobe for you. For those of you who are new here, I'm Kate Jonker. I'm a MARELUX Senior Ambassador, Ocean Explorer and Underwater Photographer based here in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm absolutely passionate about capturing the beauty of our oceans whilst helping divers just like you improve their underwater photography. I also run online coaching sessions and lead dive trips to some of the best diving destinations in the world. So if you're looking for tips to level up your underwater photography shots, you're in the right place. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's quickly talk about strobes. When you're shooting underwater, lighting is everything, and the right strobe will bring out all those fine details and vibrant colors that make your subjects pop. For instance, when I shoot macro, I often remove the diffusers to emphasize detail and edge sharpness. On the other hand, when I want a softer, more dreamy look with a bokeh background, especially when shooting with an open aperture, I'll pop the diffusers back on. When you buy your Apollo S Strobe, you get a rubber diffuser which fits on really easily, and that's great for wide angle and macro underwater photography. Here we also have two rubber protectors for the optical signal receiver, so you would use these if you were using the Lumilink, and also a rubber protector for the back of the strobe as well. It comes with a bracket to attach the ball mount to, so that you can attach it to the balls of your strobe arms. Let's look at the strobes. Nice and solid, really well built. Two optical signal receivers that work in conjunction with the Lumilink, which I have here. It also has a port here for your fiber optic cables. And on the back, you'll see there's a mode dial, which is easy to read because it's the right way up when your strobes are sitting like that. If we look at the back of the strobe, you'll see the different modes. It's got a test mode, a manual mode, an auto sync mode, which is TTL or RC mode if you're using an Olympus camera. It's got the HSS, which is a high speed sync mode, and the MTL mode. On top of that, it comes with a lot of accessories, from dome diffusers to color filters, which make it a great option if you're into creative lighting like I am. And they can be used with fiber optic cables, the MARELUX Lumilink, which I'll cover in another video, link down below when it's ready. If you're getting value from this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more in-depth reviews and tips. All right, let's talk tech. So there's a lot to love about the Apollo S when it comes to specs, and here's what you need to know. It supports TTL, RC, and HSS, but you will need a compatible flash trigger if you want to use these modes. The strobe comes with two fisheye wireless signal sensors, giving you 180-degree coverage when using the wireless trigger in manual, MTL, or HSS modes. But for TTL and RC, you will need to use fiber optic cables. The guide number is 33 at ISO 100. The beam angle of the strobe underwater without the diffusers is 110 degrees, and once you add a diffuser, that increases to 120, which is great for wide coverage, but it does drop the color temperature slightly to 5,500 Kelvin from the strobe's native 6,200. Full power recycle time is only 0.9 seconds, so you'll be ready for the next shot almost immediately. In terms of size, it's got a maximum diameter of 70 millimeters and a body length of 144 millimeters. And with the knobs included, that's 160 millimeters. The strobe weighs 856 grams with batteries on land, but in water that drops to about 210 grams. You can also purchase a neoprene buoyancy suit, and then that makes the strobes a featherlight 50 grams underwater. The strobe runs on two 18650 lithium batteries, which can be hard to find, but they do offer about 800 full power flashes, which is pretty decent. An important thing that you need to know about the batteries is that you must get the ones that have a flat end. If you buy the ones that have a bit of a raised end here, they're not going to fit properly inside the strobe, and it can make closing the strobe difficult for a start. It can also damage the battery compartment. So always make sure that you have these batteries that have a flat end, and make sure that you have the right specifications of batteries. The strobes are waterproof down to 100 meters, so you don't need to worry about taking it deep. And here's something cool. If you get the MARELUX LumiLink, it syncs with your camera's shutter speed to 1/200th of a second. I'd highly recommend investing in the LumiLink because that enables you to use the strobes off camera. And in shallow water with strong sunlight, it stays connected to up to 2 meters from the camera. So you can take your strobes off your housing and you can put them 2 meters away from you in shallow, bright water, and your strobes will still fire. But if you do dive deeper and the ambient light becomes less, this range of 2 meters extends to over 10 meters. So it does give you the opportunity to try more creative underwater photography with backlighting. And it's a lot of fun. So watch out for my next video on the LumiLink. I'll put the link below so that you can learn more about that in the next video. The MARELUX Apollo S comes with a lot of optional extras, such as different colored dome diffusers for different types of water that you're diving in, and also lots of colorful filters that you can put into the front. So let's talk about the pros and the cons. First, the pros. While they are a bit longer compared to the CNC YSD3 or Enon Z240 or 330 strobes, I absolutely love how compact they are and how closely and easily they fit alongside my macro port. I also love the fact that the knobs are very easy to turn, even with gloves in cold water, like where I'm diving, and you can actually very easily see what mode they're on. I did find that with these strobes, I had to turn them down pretty low to get just the right amount of lighting when I was using an open aperture, and I was able to really dial them up high when I needed lots of power. What I really love about the Apollo S Strobe is if you have your MARELUX Soft Light or your Soft Pro, it's very easy to attach using the soft dock. Put your soft dock on, and with a little bit of a push and a turn, it's attached. By the way, check out my MARELUX Soft Pro review video in the card above if you want to see more about that. I also really liked the color temperature of the strobes. They really brought the vibrant colors of our reefs and our macro critters to life perfectly. Now the cons. I found that finding the batteries was tricky, and it took me a while to find the right batteries. So make sure that you can get those batteries in your country, and if you can't, that you can import them into your country if you need to buy them online. Make sure that you've also got extras handy. So each strobe takes 2 batteries, and I like to have a double set. So one set is in the strobe and one set is being charged. So always make sure that you've got extras handy, even though you can take 800 shots with one fully charged set of batteries. It's always good to have a second set ready and waiting. When you change dials, the strobe beeps to let you know that you've changed the dial, or that you've connected it to your LumiLink, or you've changed the power. I can hear it on land, but I couldn't hear it underwater. But that might be because my hearing is pretty bad because I have tinnitus. So that might be why I couldn't hear it under the water. You'll also need to get the correct flash trigger installed in your housing to fully use the HSS and TTL modes. This isn't a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're planning to shoot with faster shutter speeds, such as when you want to do sunbursts or you want to increase your shutter speed to have a really black background. The sync speed can go up to 1/8,000. So if you want to have a very fast shutter speed to reduce the amount of ambient light and also to be able to shoot sunbursts, then it is worth investing in the right flash trigger, and I'll put it in the notes below which ones you can consider getting so that you can use the strobe to its full uses. Let's talk about price and warranty. You're looking at about $849 US at the time of recording this video, which does put it in line with other high-end strobes. In terms of warranty, MARELUX offers a 2-year warranty on the housing body and cables and a 1-year warranty on electronic parts. Now, here's my question to you. Do you use strobes? What's your biggest challenge with them? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And before I wrap up, if you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I've got more equipment reviews, underwater photography tips, and tutorials coming your way. And as always, if you have any questions or you need some advice on improving your underwater photography, drop a comment or check out my one-on-one coaching sessions on my website. The MARELUX Apollo S Strobe is a great fit for underwater photographers looking for versatility, whether you're shooting macro or wide angle. It's especially suited for those who love having creative lighting options right out of the box, provided you have the right flash trigger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.